Hello everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Bomberman Hero playthrough. I know I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I had some running around to do at the last minute, so unfortunately I was not able to stream. So today we're going to be making up for lost time, and we're going to be finishing up Planet 2 Primus, and move on to the next one. So, with that in mind, let's begin with Millennium Road, or Million Road, rather. My mistake. So, Million Road is definitely going to be one of those levels. Great. I've also just noticed now that, along with using the R button while in the bomber jet levels, you can also use the Z button to fire bombs forward, and it serves the same exact function. I've also noticed that apparently I am holding on to my current bomb power-up. The hell is that all about? Interesting. Although my gem count is still at 0, same with my health count being at the usual 4. I mean, in the last session I did end up kicking the bucket enough times to get a game over, but even so. This particular level really shouldn't be too bad. And from what I've noticed so far, it really isn't. Not expecting that. I really wish I could go backwards in these levels, but strangely I can't. Also, don't you just love it when the enemy backs off at just the right distance where they just vanish off screen? Seems to happen all the time with me. Not sure why that is. Also, this level kind of ends exactly like the One Canyon level back on Planet Bomber. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not too sure what the high score requirement is for this stage. If I have to guess, it's probably 4,500. Or 5,000. Damn it! Of course I was just short. I was just checking my dashboard feed to make sure that my camera wasn't frozen or something, or it didn't unfreeze itself. Nah, I was just concentrating. Alright, why don't we give this another whirl, shall we? I think another problem I'm encountering too in these bomber jet stages is the fact... Oh wow, nice. I think what I was trying to say was another problem I've been encountering in these stages is that A, I've been trying to go a little too fast in some cases, and B, I keep having my bombs hit enemy fire. Also, don't you just love it when the frame rate just tanks in these moments? Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the EverDrive or anything. I believe it was like this in the original cartridge too. Nothing to do with the actual game, I mean with the EverDrive in any way, shape, or form. I honestly don't know how that one single line of bombs didn't destroy both cannons. Another pretty annoying thing about these stages is that if you bounce off the walls, you really do bounce quite a ways. That is pretty annoying. Oh, come on! Again? Wow. I literally can't fire bombs in a straight line. And if I do try to do that, I'll just get myself killed. I'm not too sure, but I feel as though the bomber jet stages are probably a lot of people's least favorite stages in the game. And I could definitely see why. Just because there's not really a whole lot of opportunities to quote-unquote slow down or take things slow, if you know what I mean. And again, another problem too is that enemies disappear once they get the right amount of distance away from you, due to draw distance central. Another thing I will go ahead and mention here is that sometimes there are some enemies in these auto-scroller-like stages, such as the bomber jet stages especially. Sometimes they're not even worth going for, as they're way too risky to take out. Oh, come on! Really? I probably wouldn't have had enough points anyway. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel as though if the enemy isn't fully on screen, then they will not receive damage, even if you're firing in their vicinity. Just saying. Kind of like going back to the days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, where if an enemy isn't on screen, then it didn't happen. Well, surprised I managed to get this thing, too. I'm not even sure what to call these, laser barricade things. Okay, how the hell did that miss? I missed far too many targets. Another problem with these stages, too, is that a lot of them don't have extra lives on them. So even if you make it far within the stage, there's no guarantee that you're going to survive the full encounter. Like, holy crap, I can't not get hit ever. Just because I don't know where anything is. In fact, I'm probably going to get game over in a minute. In fact, that's exactly what's going to goddamn happen. Another thing that really drives my gears in these stages is that enemy projectiles just block your bombs. Plus, your own bomb blasts are very, very deadly. Wow, that was completely pointless. Hooray! Another thing I could probably do is intentionally KMS. That way I can get my lives fully restored. Though I would be starting back at square one again, so is it really worth it? I thought I somehow missed. Another thing, too, about the bombs in the bomber jet stages, and really any of the vehicle stages in general, they'll only travel so far before they just explode outright. And again, how are you supposed to see these tiny little bullets? Especially when Bomberman's blocking about 90% of the game's real estate. Perhaps in these stages it's best to not have full bomb power up at all. But it's not like we really have much of a choice here. Especially considering that there are several firepower power-ups throughout the entire stage. God damn it, again! Got cold-cocked into oblivion! Also, don't you just love it when the game just goes into single digits as far as frame rate is concerned? Good lord. That's like 5 frames per second. That's just really damn bad. I don't remember the frame rate being this bad. Then again, maybe because of the fact that I haven't played this game in over a decade, maybe that's the reason why I don't see these problems, and they're not so prevalent in my mind. Okay, so it looks as though, so long as you know exactly where the enemy is, even if it has disappeared, there is still hope for you to defeat them and get the points for them yet. So that is pretty nice. I think I'm just short again. Probably another 500 points, just like the first attempt. Oh, okay, never mind. Got it. Pretty nice. Okay, moving on. On to the warp room. Also get used to hearing that noise a lot throughout the entirety of this stage. A lot of enemies you're going to be encountering within the warp room, yeah, there are explosive bombs that will detonate upon setting them off. And it's actually pretty easy to set them off too, just by throwing bombs at them. Pretty obvious, but son of a bitch. That was just me being an idiot. By the way, in order to send them off, it's pretty simple. Just throw a bomb at them. And though they'll act like they have invulnerability frames... Son of a bitch. To be honest, I was not expecting to be shot there like that. Also, as you can see, there's another ad hoc bomb here. Unfortunately, we can't quite get to it yet because... as I was trying to say... I believe in order to finish the stage, we do need to grab that phase-through wall power-up that is located within this stage. And honestly, it can be kind of difficult to get to. But then again, who knows? Let's see what we got over here. Aha! Again, this phase-through wall power-up only applies to certain walls, and usually those walls are clearly indicated by them being transparent. There are plenty of other walls you think you would be able to phase right through, but no. Sadly, that is not at all how it works. As cool as it may be. Okay, that was a very bad idea. Damn it. Oh well, we'll try again. Seems to be today's theme. Replaying stages over and over again because I was an idiot. Also, I'm pretty sure there's no way you can bypass certain obstacles as far as I know. By the way, this stage also introduces a new kind of enemy. They're the barrel enemies, as we've clearly seen. Again, there's nothing really to worry about whatsoever. They really aren't. All you have to worry about is just simply... Shoot, what am I trying to say? You just simply let them pass ya, and then blow them up. Just like everyone else in the game. Although I feel as though, for the most part... For the most part, most enemies are like that. I think that's what I was trying to say. Excuse me. Okay, let's not destroy this box this time. Wait a few moments, and boom goes the dynamite. All done. And that's the way it should have been the first time through. But nah, I had to be an idiotic twat. Also, when you beat Millennium Road, you'll immediately unlock Dark Prison. And Warp Room, upon completing it, will also unlock Dark Prison. So Dark Prison is going to be a fun level. To open the crystal door, you need 4 key crystals, of course. This is one of the more non-linear stages of the game, and it's also one of the more infamous ones, simply because there's a lot of places where you need to go in order to find what you're looking for. And there's also a lot of things you gotta collect too, along with those crystals. There's also a lot of places where you could fall and die. Hello there. That sure took a bit of time. You've also may have noticed some platforms just simply aren't moving right now. There should be a switch around here that will grant us access to said platforms relatively shortly. Sweet. Well, that's pretty neat. I guess another thing worth noting too, that I just realized now, is that if you throw a bomb against a laser gate, the blast radius of said bomb could phase right through the gate and destroy whatever objects are on the other side. So that's pretty nice. Also, say hello to this brand new power-up. It's not new for the series, it's new for the sake of progression. That is the remote-controlled bombs. The remote-controlled bombs, you just use the bomb as per usual, but if you want to detonate it at any given point, if you want to detonate a remote bomb, just simply push the Z button. Also, I believe it will explode upon contact of any enemy in the vicinity. So it kind of acts like a regular bomb, in a sense. I almost threw myself into the pit of doom, right at the end. Because I didn't realize that was a platform I had to jump over rather than walk, like any sane person would. Alright, time to fight Nitros again. Let's see what he's up to this time. What new tricks he has up his sleeve. Princess Million, are you alright? Is it me or did she look like she was sliding? Bomberman! Pibot! Thank goodness you're here! Or is it Pibot? Nitros is looking for the disc I stole. Speaking of which, Bomberman, you're a persistent little creature. I'm not letting this girl go. What if I said please? We'll fight again in Addock. Very well then. Bring it. And she's probably like, good luck. So, as far as Nitros' new tricks this time, he has a brand new panel which shoots out these Destructo discs. If you can even call it that. Anyway, I believe up to 3 can spawn at a time. Then again, I could be wrong. These discs, you don't really need to worry too much about them. The only thing you have to worry about is that they do ricochet off of the walls and the entire arena. Another new trick that Nitros has up his sleeve is that whenever he does his slide kick, he will sometimes drop a red bomb on you. And that, I'm pretty sure, acts like a level 1 bomb. Also, I don't think that Nitros' discs can kill you in cutscene land. In other words, in this moment. But regardless, it is a very real possibility that it possibly could. Also, ow. Are you okay, Peabot? What the hell happened here? The princess is in the clock tower. Who the hell took her then? What? But she was just here. Again, why is she there? Did she try to escape on her own? And then it ended up backfiring miserably? That could be a very real possibility. Regardless, before we head to said clock tower, we need to take care of Nitros again. And I believe the score requirement is 6,500. Also doing this with 1 hit. Yeah, that's not going to be a fun time. It might be possible to get Nitros into a stun lock of some kind, but the odds of that happening are really damn low. One more thing worth noting is that these discs of which Nitros can throw at you, they can be destroyed with regular bombs. So that is pretty nice. God damn it, ran out of time. Whatever, no big deal. Thankfully, you can replay these stages as many times as you want without any sort of consequences, other than the fact that health management is still a very real thing. I'm kind of surprised that I didn't die right there. Also, I'm pretty sure whenever Nitros throws those Destructo discs at you... Okay, never mind. I thought they would fire in the direction where Bomberman is. Like, perpendicular. But no. I think they fire in, like, random directions, I'm pretty sure. Ugh, damn it. I didn't even realize I ran out of time a long-ass time ago. Man. Honestly, I think that was even worse. Okay, maybe not that much worse. Still, that really sucked. Another thing worth pointing out too is that trying to get the first hit on Nitros as soon as the battle begins is a pretty difficult thing to time, because for like the first few frames that the fight begins, he's invincible. Like completely invincible. Wow. Damn! Well, if all else fails, spam! Spam throwing bombs at him until the bomb blast gets into your face. In which case, back off and then repeat the process. Interesting. Alright. Sorry about that. I thought I felt a pimple, like, stretching between the seam of my nose and my lips. It was kind of nasty. Alright, moving on. On to Killer Gate. Killer Gate will feature the last vehicle of which we'll be seeing in the entire game. And one I believe we'll be seeing the most next to the Bomber Marine. And that is the Bombercopter. So, say hello to the Bombercopter. To open the Killer Gate, you will have to destroy the 10 submarines. Okay. So like I said, in order to fly the Bombercopter, it's actually pretty simple to do. Just hold the A button to ascend, and let go of the A button to descend. you don't need to worry about crashing or anything like that, as doing so is of no real consequences at all. Has no consequences at all, rather. Just saying. So the goal for this stage is to destroy the 10 submarines that are all scattered around this whole area. So if you're trying to do any sort of pacifist challenge when it comes to Bomberman Hero, yeah, your journey ends here. Because you need to destroy the 10 submarines in order to even progress. I'm pretty sure there is a way you can just hover in mid-air without the need of reascending, and I believe you can do this pretty easily by pushing and holding the B button. And that is a yes. Just hold the B button and you're able to hover in place. Though for this stage I would highly recommend that you stay mobile as much as possible. It makes it so you're a much harder target to hit. I mean, that's obvious. It's basically like first-person shooting 101. Stay mobile. Otherwise, you're gonna die. Unless you're playing Modern Snorfair 2019, in which case, camping is to your benefit. Also, I had no idea that water would hurt Bomberman here. You wouldn't think that would be the case, considering, well, he is able to fly with his helicopter. I don't understand this game. You would think he would automatically start hovering above the water. But no, apparently not. Out of all the... Actually, no. I just realized there is one more vehicle of which Bomberman has up his arsenal. And this other vehicle has yet to be shown. But I'm sure we'll be seeing it soon enough, trust me. And there we go. Stage is done. One very nice thing about the Bombercopter levels is that you do have free reign of where you fly and where you go. Unlike some of the other vehicle levels in the game. The other vehicle that has the same amount of freedom is the Bomber Marine, but it's a lot less annoying. Just saying. Bombercopter is probably the best vehicle in the game due to its intuitive control scheme. However, Bomberjet is still my favorite just because of the fact that... just because of the aesthetics alone. Plus, it has some of the best music in the game, in my opinion. Now, on the Spiral Tower. This level here is a pretty damn fun one. So if anyone has played Super Mario 64, and I'm pretty sure every single one of you have, at some point in time, whether it be on the original N64 or the DS remake. Yeah, this is a pretty familiar territory. Just saying. Also, before you start ascending the tower, be sure to explore this entire lower area, as there is this alcove here which is pretty easy to miss if you're not combing everything everywhere. Just saying. Also throughout this deadly, deadly tower are spike pits. And again, they sound like laser beams. Why lasers? I guess to portray the fact that these suckers are sharp as crap and they're sticking out of the walls instantaneously. I mean, they do have an animation, don't get me wrong, but even so, it is kind of a questionable sound choice. Like, why lasers? Also, this level has 2 exits, apparently. The first exit is about midway up the tower, while the other exit is actually at the very top of the tower. And let me tell you, climbing the rest of the tower is kind of difficult. Damn it. And if you fall, you will have to climb all the way back up again. Thankfully, there is no fall damage to worry about in this game, so that is pretty nice. You can fall from any great height and not worry about fall damage whatsoever. So the only thing that you lose when it comes to falling is just your time. That's really about it. Okay, I was wrong. There is no alternate exit here. But going this way allows you access to the ad hoc bomb, as well as some additional points that you can get your hands on here. Just saying. Oof. Well, that was my fault for going too fast. Really? Okay. That was definitely a weird invisible wall. Not sure what that was all about. But regardless, it was dumb. On to Snake Route. Now this is a really, really fun level because we have to deal with these dancing aliens. What the hell are they? Along with these freaks. This is another one of those levels where it's kind of non-linear. And it also is kind of one of the more infamous ones because most of the crystals are... They are out in the open. -1, which is... not here? I thought there was one on the very top of the level starting point. I guess I was wrong. Whatever. Seriously though, I don't even know what the hell these things are. It kind of creeped me out. Also, how is it that those cogs are able to turn on a dime like that? Video game logic. No, stop. Bad slip. Also, these enemies, they suck. They're very, very annoying. Just because of the fact that they fly really high into the air a lot of times. And once they... Son of a bitch. Well, better than dying. As I was trying to say, they fly very, very high into the air. And once they do, they'll swoop on down and ruin your life. Just like that cog did. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that cog to be there. Oh well. One pretty nice thing is that if you are a good amount of distance away from one of those swooping eyeball enemies, you can easily just get the jump on them and just murder their face in. Pretty simple, all things considered. However, once they start flying, things start to get a little more difficult. But if you're able to catch them as they're taking off, then everything is okay. Everything will be fine, trust me. By the way, if you want an easy way to avoid those cogs and avoid dying, or getting smacked upside the head, simply put, run against the wall on either side of where the cog is. The cog is a pretty skinny object. Because of the fact that it's so skinny, its hitbox is also relatively small. But that doesn't mean you can let your guard down, trust me. Okay. Boop. All done. Wow. Cleared it by over 300 points to spare. Heh. Neat. Okay. Now, on to the next boss. Baruda. Funny enough, this is one of only 2 bosses in the entire game that I know of that actually have a vehicle that you're using. Bleh. Let me try rephrasing that. This is one of 2 boss fights in the entire game where you're using a vehicle to fight the boss in, which is really interesting. First time is here. Another time is like in the final area. Well, not the true final area, but you get my point. Onwards. It's about time you showed up, Bomberman! Why the hell am I giving a southern accent? I'm Baruda. I held Million hostage so you'd come. You mean this is a trap? No, really? I thought it was a tea party. We'll sell this over there. Get ready, Bomberman. Well, at least he is honorable and not forcing us into a deadly hand. Here I come! So like I said, this boss fight is one of 2 in the entire game that uses a vehicle. This boss fight, as you can see, we're using the Bombercopter to fight. Overall, this boss fight really is not that difficult. You just have to worry about avoiding this guy's lasers is pretty easy. Though, for whatever reason, he just has this weird fetish of inflating himself. I don't get it. Apparently it's like some sort of fuel supply. Maybe he's operating on some sort of helium suit while also having a laser cannon and a mine laying machine on his body parts. I don't get him at all, but he's easy. Nice.
I did it!
All done. Although the question is, why isn't that we grab the princess when we had the chance? Now the princess is on a Katina star. Or Canatia star. Let's hurry! Again, why didn't Bomberman grab the princess when he had the chance? Perhaps the reason why is because the princess was captured and kidnapped again during the boss fight. Which, honestly, that makes the most sense to me. I'm done. On to the next bonus stage. This one's a fun one because, for the most part, you're dealing with trampolines in this trippy land. It's quite a fun place to bounce around. Is it the most fun? Maybe? I really wish you could replay these bonus stages as many times as you wish, but sadly you can't. You can only play them once per save file and then never again. That is kind of annoying. By the way, these bonus stages do have a time limit represented by the score counter. That is another thing I haven't mentioned yet, and that is, believe it or not, I'm pretty sure most boss fights in the entire game run off of this time limit system. Or at least Nitros does. After you run out of score, he will make his grand escape. And you win. So what the hell is that all about? I have no idea. Other bosses I don't think work that way. Like the regular bosses. Alright, with that done, onward to Planet 3, Canatia. Or is it called something else? Regardless, this is probably one of the most annoying planets in the entire game. So, our first stop is Hades' crater. Let's go. It's so hot, my life meter is getting low. When your life meter gets low, enter the cooling capsule. Thanks for the advice. Also, he's referring more so to future levels, not so much this one. Strangely, this level... we're throwing ourselves into the pit of lava. Kind of funny. Funny enough, unlike all other vehicle levels in the game, this one doesn't have the starting vehicle one. Mainly because there is another cutscene that takes place before anything else. Destroy the Garden control towers to open the exit door. Okay. So, these towers that he's referring to are right here. They may look like they're part of the environment, but trust me, they are not. And if you touch them, you will get hurt. I'm not sure why that is, but it's dumb. One pretty nice thing about this stage is that the gems that are laid out here do act as breadcrumbs to lead you towards your destination and where you need to go. And again, you can easily just get back to where you need to be pretty easily. I'm not sure how that did not destroy that the first time through. But there we go. Very short stage. It's mainly a vertical stage, if anything else. Now, this is where the whole capsule life system comes into play. Starting in Magma Lake. Good lord, these levels blow. Onwards. So, as you can see, the more time we spend out here, the more life is drained from us. However, we can easily restore our health by re-entering one of these cooling capsules. And we can also use that as a means of a full heal, too. So long as we stay inside. And trust me, when you're running around with only 4 health, like your default health amount, it is pretty important to manage the amount of health that you have. If you stay out for too long, you will die. You'll also get a nice sound cue to know when your health is about to drop by 1 unit. By the way, what was I trying to say? Shoot. Now I can't even remember. Another pretty funny thing about this sort of stage... Oof. Okay, come on, get back. Nice. Oh yeah, now I remember. One more thing worth mentioning here is that even if you do enter one of these capsule cooling chambers, if you happen to get hit while inside one of those, you will still receive damage and your health will start to drain again, as if you're on the outside. So why that is, I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, though, in order to reinitiate its regeneration rate and regeneration in general, what you need to do is exit out of the cooling chamber and then immediately hop right back in there. Just saying. Wow, I missed 500 points worth of items? What the hell? Well, that's definitely not good. Let's head back in. By the way, this is one of the few stages in the entire game that actually doesn't have any music whatsoever. Instead, it relies purely on atmosphere. The music for this particular stage is all atmospheric. So that's pretty interesting, and something worth mentioning. I think another stage worth mentioning where you could possibly go to farm gems is definitely the first Magma stage for this world, as there are several gems scattered throughout the entire descent, plus they're pretty easy to get your hands on, and a lot of them contain highly valuable gems. One more thing worth mentioning too is that you can also restore your health by, obviously, getting one of those health power-ups. Damn it! Well, better than landing in the lava, that's for sure. Okay, that's better. Well, at least the mistake I made was a pretty simple one. Just missed a power-up, like, at the very end of the stage. Also, did it look like some of my footage was just suddenly chopped? Or something? Or am I going crazy? Maybe I'm not paying attention to some of the... to something important. I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, I am recording the stream at the same exact time as actually streaming. So, that could, that does help. So if something were to arise from something like that, then at least I have something to fall back on to prove I'm not going crazy. Okay, on to the next level. Magma Dam. Damn this level. I swear. This is another one of those levels that has the cooling mechanic. And trust me, this is definitely not a fun stage. If you destroy the dam, the box will disappear, revealing the item inside. It sounds kind of vague, but what he means by that is you need to open up the dam at a certain point. And that point of opening, believe it or not, is just over here. Lava will spout if a bomb hits the dam. And it's not just anywhere on the dam, it has to be at a certain part of the dam. Which thankfully is clearly indicated by means of the dam having a red accent as opposed to the other parts of the dam which only have white accents. And upon opening up the dam like that, you'll immediately get access to the items that were previously locked away thanks to the dam. By the way, there is an alternate exit for this stage. There's two exits, that's what I was trying to say. There's one right here. However, there is another one just over there. Just like with the last dam, there are some areas of which are inaccessible thanks to the dam being in place. Want to know something kind of funny though? You may be thinking, why don't I just destroy the dam by throwing bombs at said dam? Well, that's not at all how it works. And you can't destroy the dam by means of throwing a bomb at the generator that is powering the dam. I wish it did work like that. That would make things a hell of a lot easier, but also a bit less obvious. But hey, it is what it is. And done. Wait, really? I missed something? Wow, that's a load of bullcrap. Well, anyway, taking the exit near the second dam will grant us access to the Emerald Tube. However, I'm going back in for two reasons. First, to get the first exit, that was a bit of a ways back, and the second is to find the missing item or items that prevented me from getting the high score. By the way, this stage also introduces a new enemy that has like a very, very strong barrier that is covering its back. It's actually pretty easy to... It's pretty easy to defeat it once you know how. You just have to wait for it to finish its attack, and afterwards it'll reveal its core within the middle of its shell, in which case you throw a bomb and boom goes the dynamite. Thankfully it only takes one bomb to defeat it, but hey, just saying. It's not exactly obvious that you can destroy him. But trust me, you can. It just takes a bit of patience and effort. Okay, that was not a good idea. By the way, if you're ever feeling like you're running low on health, don't be afraid to just book it to the nearest cooling chamber. This way you're able to fully restore your health and everything and make sure that you're back up on your feet. Also, be sure to grab that gem before destroying the dam. Or at least the second dam. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And you'll have to make a blind jump in order to get to said gem. Trust me. It's not fun. Oh boy. Okay. Thankfully, the item I missed over here is pretty obvious. Boop. Wait, I'm still 100 points short, I think. Yes, I am. I am all 100 points short. Okay, there's one of the items I missed. Now, where's the other one? Also, another thing worth mentioning is that lava in this world acts like water. I'm not sure why it does, but it does, and it's kind of creepy. Whoops. You gotta love the lack of momentum sometimes from jumping. Seriously, why isn't that the lava here acts like water rather than lava, where it would instantly incinerate you, is beyond me. Video game logic is the reason. Alright, on to the next level. If you take the middle exit after destroying both dams, you'll get access to the Crystal Hole. Why is it called Crystal Hole and not Crystal Hole with an L? Maybe we'll find out soon enough. But now it makes even less sense. Perhaps the name of the stage really is supposed to be called Crystal Hole, and they just made a typo. And instead of calling it Crystal Hole, it's called Krista Hole. This is definitely one of those fun stages where a lot of the platforms around here, you just phase right through. Not because it's lacking collision or anything, but rather that's this stage's gimmick. And that is some areas... Oh, come on, that's bull. As I was trying to say, the stage's gimmick, there are some areas within this crystallized cave where you can just drop right on through. Thankfully, it is pretty clearly indicated where you can drop, though it may not be too obvious for first-time players. If you see these indentations, then you can just drop right through the crystal, no problem. But, like I said, because there's no hole or anything like that, it's not as obvious. Just saying. Also, what the hell are these things exactly? They look like blobs. And strangely, I think they can combine each other into one single entity. And just cause all kinds of havoc. Oh, come on! I was right on the damn platform. But hey, better than dying! Also, I got stabbed in the back. Also, I'm not too sure if these platforms can get out of sync with each other. If I have to guess, they probably can. But thankfully, even if they do get out of sync, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, hello. Another ad hoc bomb. Nice. Let's see. At least we're on track when it comes to getting all the bombs. So that's pretty nice. And before we leave, boom. That thing is probably one of the easiest collectibles to miss in the entire stage. Let me tell you, it's not fun to miss things. Alright, on to the next area. Well, actually, the next level within Area 1. Emerald Tube. Yeah, this is a typo because Emerald is spelled correctly, but Krista is not. Crystal is not. It's weird. Don't ask questions. Just accept it. And yet I do anyway, because that's my tagline. I question video game logic. Also say hello to the final vehicle of the game. For real this time. The Bomber Slider. And let me tell you, this vehicle is used the least out of all of them in the game. Let's think of the Bomber Slider like this. It's like the Bomber Jet, but faster and has less control. The Bomber Slider stages are probably some of the most infamous in the entire game. Especially when you're trying to go full-on completionist. Because sweet Jesus. Let me tell you something, folks. It ain't easy to control this thing. You move left and right, push the B button to just temporarily slow down and do a spin attack. Thankfully, while you're spinning, you are invincible. But, upon finishing it, oh dear, you're gonna be in the world of pain. But, the spin attack does help with slowing down. Even if it's just a little. Every little bit helps. And wow, the score requirement is just so damn high at 7,500. So basically for this Emerald Tube here, oh lord, you need to be almost perfect. Well, that sucked. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? By the way, if you do happen to slow down a bit too much when approaching jumps, more than likely you're going to end up missing hard. Like to a point where you may end up dying. Okay, why couldn't I kill any of those guys there? Maybe I mistimed my spin? That's probably it. I probably mistimed it somehow. Also, that was complete bullcrap. Also, for whatever reason, the frame rate just tanks to like about 5 frames per second here. Again, just like some of the other stages we've encountered that has the same sort of problem. Why that is beyond me. Especially considering that this is Hudson Soft's second outing when it comes to Bomberman on N64. Also, bullcrap. Another problem too, just like with the Bomber Jet stages, you cannot go backwards. Hell, you can't really slow down reliably like you can with the Bomber Jet. Instead, the only way to slow down is to spin like nobody's business and also taking damage. And even by then, you're just screwed in that regard. Also, come on, I hit the damn B button. Okay. Really? Damn it! Oh, I wouldn't have had enough points anyway, so I guess it's a good idea that I did end up dying there. So, one thing worth mentioning here is that you really need to prioritize picking up these rainbow gems throughout as many of these stages as possible. Prioritize picking those things up before anything else. And the reason why you should is because they are worth 1,000 points. Just from them alone. Damn it! Well, that's definitely not enough points at all. Especially considering I missed a rainbow gem. Even a regular gem is worth picking up too. But if you see a rainbow gem and a regular gem lying around and about, go for the rainbow gem, if anything else. Always. So I will say this, the Bomber Slider stages do have the worst controls out of all of the vehicles in the game, but at the very least, you don't have to worry about using this vehicle so much above all the others. Wow, 300 points short. Damn it! Oh, that is so irritating. And I selected the wrong level. Damn it, missed again. Honestly, when it comes to these stages, you have very little room for error. Especially when you're going full completionist here. I mean, just getting them done as fast as you can doesn't necessarily mean you're going to... Crap. I saw that one coming from a mile away. As I was trying to say, going full completionist in these stages is very problematic, considering that there's just so many things that can ruin your run, from a simple misturn, from turning too sharply, trying to correct your mistake. Again, why can't I get this single line of freaking gems? I selected quit like an idiot. I thought start would also unpause the game, but no, even if it hovers over quit, you're screwed. It acts just like the A button does. How the fuck did I miss that? I also noticed another thing that you could do to help with slowing down a bit is holding down on the analog stick. If you hold down, then you'll be able to slow yourself down enough to gain a little bit of control back. So if you ever feel like you're going way too fast, just simply hold down and you'll be fine. Why I didn't bring that up earlier, I think it's because I forgot this was even a feature. So it definitely makes things easier, for sure, if you know that. Just keep in mind, though, that if you do slow down a bit too much, then you unfortunately are not going to be able to get through the stages very well at all. Come on, man! I am literally getting raped up the freaking ass, and there's nothing I can do. And of course, I missed. Missed everything. I missed everything. Good job. Fine. Take it. Okay, that helps a bit. Wow, really? 50 points short just because I couldn't kill the last enemy. Seriously, screw this damn game and its bullshit, you know? Failed again. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Blech. Apparently I can't speak proper English. So, another thing worth mentioning is that while you're turning, one thing you really should do is, rather than try to do a sharp turn in vain to try to stop yourself from going places, what you can do is make gradual pushes on the analog stick. And of course, failed again. Sometimes it's better to quit out of the stage versus taking a death. Because you're going to be restarting it anyway. Also get used to seeing this over and over and over. Because these stages, I mean, they are fun just by completing them casually, but completionists, good lord. I'm surprised that worked out. I'm surprised that didn't work out. That was a load of bull crap. Honestly, I kind of knew I was going to get slapped. And of course, shitty controls ruined my life. Okay, that's fine. There is one more thing worth noting, and that is, if you are holding down to slow yourself down, you cannot attack at all. Okay. Finally, we just barely made it. That sure took a while, but hey, at least the deed is finally done, am I right? Oh boy. That was fun. Now then, we got Area 2 of Canatia. And from what I can count here, there are 7 stages in all, including the boss fight against Nitros again. Onward to the first one, Death Temple. I'm surprised Bomberman didn't hear that. Oof. Oh my. Bomberman, you jerk. Bulbin will take care of you. Oh no, I'm trapped! Well, that's kind of lame. Thankfully, there's this very conveniently placed exit switch just outside of Bomberman's cell, which he can easily access with his bomb. Seriously, what is up with this game's logic? It baffles my mind how easily he can just walk it right out the door. You might as well have gave him the key. In fact, that's exactly what they goddamn did. They gave him the key. I don't get this, I swear. The logic in this game just makes 0 sense. Well, better than getting hit again. That's for sure. Also, don't you worry, folks. We'll be getting those items relatively soon. Also, Super Mario 64 is calling. So one thing I definitely recommend when it comes to this section is take it slow. Take it slow. That's all there is to it. Take it slow and you'll be fine. Also, we have these weird starfish hybrid crap things. Whatever the hell they are, they're not necessarily creepy, but they are kind of a nuisance. Also, we have these floating Anubis heads. They kind of act like traps, where if you get too close to them, they will try to attack you, though not all of them act this way. Only some of them. So why that is, I'm not too sure. Also, does that picture look like a tiger wearing a baby outfit? Or is that just me? Also, I don't even know how I missed that. Regardless, I believe the exit is literally right here. Then again, I think I saw another exit not too far off from a distance here. Yeah, there it is. So, this level also has an alternate exit. What you're expected to do is just follow this path all the way towards where the transparent wall is. In which case, you take it and you leave. Just like that. Oh lord. Also, before you activate this platform, be sure to grab the gem underneath of it. Otherwise, there's no grabbing it. Okay, that'll work. And done. Of course, we are still not 100% finished yet with this stage. Taking the main exit without the transparent wall will bring us to Death Road. I'm surprised they didn't call it Death Row. Whatever. Again, all we have to do here is just simply make our great escape, which is pretty easy to do. Okay, I'm surprised that hit me. Well, then again, I was kind of reckless there. So that was to be expected, as well as that. Thankfully, taking the alternate path here does lead you to a power-up which will grant us a full health restore. So that is pretty nice. I'm done. Taking the transparent wall exit will bring us to Death Garden. But before we head there, let's take on Death Road. Not Death Row. And Death Road is right. Because, Jesus, this place is filled with floating knives that home in on your position. And will skewer you alive if you're not careful. And trust me, that's not fun. Especially when you're forced to hang. And you screw yourself over just because of it. So with Death Road, there's plenty of places where you'll find several different fun traps to deal with. And also plenty of teleporters and walls of which you can't really break through, which is kind of annoying. But hey. That doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom on this wondrous road of death. As taking these teleporters will take us to, I'm not really sure what to call these. I guess you can call them a trial room? Where we'll be encountering a lot of these robotic enemies, which can be taken out very easily just by checking a bomb in their general vicinity without even aggroing them at all. Of course, if you do get too close, you will aggro the enemy. Plus, I believe if you take one of the teleporters... Oh, shoot. I didn't even realize that was a drop. Oops. Just goes to show how unsituationally aware I am. Thankfully, these enemies really aren't too bad whatsoever. You just need to take them out from a distance if you possibly can. And there we go. All done with that one. And I believe we're, like, towards the very end of the level, too, which is pretty nuts. Overall, this was a pretty short stage. Of course, it's not over completely because we have a killer door ready to murder our faces in. And we can't just say, open sesame. No, we kind of have to wake it up first and then smack it upside the head. And again, if you know how to stun lock him into the ground, which is very easy to do, by the way, you're good.
I did it!
Okay, on to Death Garden. Let's see what this level has in store. Strangely, this really isn't as bad as Death Road was. As you can see, this garden is not necessarily the most hostile thing around. It looks like simple textures, in fact, it kind of is. However, there are other parts of the garden which are kind of deadly, and have killer plants ready to murder your face in. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh lord, it's not my best friend. By the way, this stage is another one of those non-linear stages that have a crystallized gate that you need to access in order to leave. Good job, me. Way to completely screw that up. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think remote bombs, even if they hit a wall, they will not detonate unless you detonate them yourself. Remote bombs, if you are able to find them in this stage, which you should be able to do so, they are practically a godsend. Just because of the fact that if you know exactly where a flower is going to spawn, you can just throw a bomb where they are, where they spawn, run away, and then as soon as they appear, BAM! They did. There is one more thing worth noting, and that is, later on in the game, we'll be able to get our hands on multiple power-ups. However, we're only going to be allowed to use one power-up at a time. Though, most circumstances, you don't need to worry about this at all. Okay, why the hell can't I kill these things? You would think that they would die upon throwing a bomb at them. No, apparently not. I don't think they can be killed. So, one general rule of thumb worth mentioning here is that if you see an Anubis head, just note that 9 times out of 10, it will try to come at you and smack you upside the head if you get too close to it. Also, I'm not really sure what those aliens are or what their attack is. Honestly, I don't even. Okay, seriously? Ah, damn it. I had a feeling that was going to happen too. That is so annoying, especially considering that there's an ad hoc bomb at the very end of that elevator shaft. And I'm more than likely going to die due to these evil dancing flowers of death. Or an Anubis head. It is kind of interesting to see that these things kind of get bigger as they're approaching the screen. I think it's more of a perspective thing. Obviously, the object does get bigger the closer you are to it. Damn it! I knew it! I knew I was gonna goddamn die. Seriously, screw those freaking flowers. Damn it. There is one more thing worth noting, and that is the barrel enemies, though you may know exactly where they are, and they may look stationary. If you try to throw a bomb while they're stationary, it won't deal any damage at all, so that is something worth mentioning. Oh my god, why can't I jump on this little itty-bitty platform at all? That should not have taken as much effort as it did. Okay. Oof. To be honest, I was not expecting that, even though I should have. I mean, they called this the Death Garden for a reason. Also, hi. Funny enough, when I was a kid, I never even knew how to detonate one of these remote bombs. And I always assumed I had to have an enemy run into it in order to get it to detonate. Thankfully, I did figure it out later, but even so. I don't think anywhere in the game tells you how to use remote bombs. Then again, maybe I'm insane, and it did tell you how to use them when you're in the first world or something? Who knows? That's what happens when you try to rush these things. Oh, come on, game. That was complete bull crap. Don't you just love it when you slip off the platform even though you clearly landed on it? I shouldn't have jumped. I shouldn't have done that. Man. Now I'm gonna have to take another hit from another Anubis head. Probably. Or not. Okay. It is kind of annoying how we have to keep making this trek over and over again. Every time we fall off of something stupid. I really wish there was a way you can access this upper level more quickly. Okay, I'm gonna grab this first. Okay. That should be it. If it's 3,400, I'm gonna scream. 3,500. What the hell did I miss? Seriously, screw this fucking level. Well, whatever. I got the bomb. That's all that matters in the end. So I don't have to worry about taking that elevator again. At least I don't think I do. Then again, maybe there was another collectible or something I missed on that elevator ride, which wouldn't surprise me, especially if it was hidden by the camera. You may be surprised what you may find hidden by the camera, more often than not. Okay. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to intentionally take damage and use your iframes to completely decimate an enemy. Just saying. Sometimes that's the case, but not always. Also, I'm not really too sure what those dancing alien things do. Or even if they really attack you. They more like stare at you and dance. Is it like they're trying to hypnotize you or something? Honestly, I don't get them. Or their behavior at all. Oh, okay, so you can kill those things. Kinda wish I knew that earlier. Well, at least now I know how to take them out, and oddly enough, it's pretty simple. Just take out the red flower and it'll destroy not only itself, but all of its friends too. It's weird, I know. Also, why? Why did I just suddenly dart in the opposite direction? There we go. Remote bombs definitely makes things a lot easier when trying to deal with certain enemies. Especially ones that dance around constantly. Like they're on a freaking parade.
I did it!
Anyway, regardless if you complete Death Road or Death Garden, you'll immediately get access to Float Zone, which is probably the most unique level in the game as far as I remember. Yes, it is. And you'll definitely soon see why that is. It's kind of weird how this mechanic never returned again. If you get a bubble panel, you'll be able to float. Speaking of which, the bubble panel is the only panel in the game that respawns. And it does not contribute towards your point total at all because of the fact that it can respawn. And it makes sense as to why it does respawn. As if it didn't respawn, then you would be screwed. You would be screwed outright. And sadly, you can't speed up your ascent in any way. You have to ride this all the way through. Plus, I don't think you can get rid of the bubble early. Then again, maybe you can with just a simple push of the R button or the Z button, maybe? I don't know, haven't tried it. Nope. You can't get rid of it early. Alrighty. Makes sense then. So anyway, as you can see, there is another ad hoc bomb around here, and strangely enough, this one is out in the open. And you can actually get to this thing pretty easily just by simply jumping to it. Or taking a bubble. Although I think with the bubble you have a bit more of a hard time. Especially considering you have to wait for it to pop before you can even do anything else. And honestly, I feel as though it's a better idea just a damage boost. There we go. Also, another thing worth mentioning too is that while riding around in this bubble, the controls of actually moving around really isn't that bad. You may be wondering, what the hell was that switch for? If I have to guess, it's probably for the door. Probably for the door for the end of the level. And here I am thinking that there was something over there. Guess not. Alright, we're done here. Okay, on to Aqua Tank. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. This level is probably one of the more unique levels of the game because, strangely enough, destroy the blue tank to pass the framing gate. Like I said, this is a really unique level because of the fact that this is interconnected to the next level. And you'll soon see why that is. By the way, that gem is placed in a really dumb place. Why? Who knows? Game design or level design. Not everyone knows how to do it, especially proper. So as you can see, there is a gate like at the very end of this level here. However, we can't quite access it just because of the firewall, and even if we could get past the wall, it's not like it'll allow us access right away. No. Sadly, that is not at all how it works. It really is kind of weird, considering that we have a lot of things that are kind of impeding our progress. So there we go. Just throw a bomb at the blue tank and there we go. Done. Also, my dashboard's video preview kind of crapped out. Damn it. Whatever. Network error. Please try again. Error number 2000. I don't understand you, Twitch. Again, why is it that the encoding just refuses to work with me here on the dashboard? Why am I making a big deal out of this? Well, strangely enough, looking at this preview here gives me one extra viewer. And same also holds true for when I'm having one open on my main channel page. Okay, come on, get back up to where you need to be, buddy. Good lord. That was a pain. Alright. After completing Aqua Tank, Aqua Way is now ready to be accessed. So, let's go. It's kind of surreal how this whole place is all connected. It is pretty nuts to think about, but it's true. Also, this enemy here is constantly chasing us around. You can defeat it, and I believe defeating it will get us a ton of points upon doing so. So don't be afraid to fight it and take it down. Just keep in mind, though, that the further you are into the stage, the more hits you'll be able to get in on the thing. Just keep in mind, though, that you can only go back so far. Thankfully, you can avoid it if you are clever enough. And again, if you're just simply trying to complete the stage as fast as you can, you kind of have to avoid this thing like the plague. And let me tell you something. This thing will try to chase you down like a heat-seeking missile. And oddly enough, it does a pretty damn good job at that. However, if you continuously play a game of chicken with it, you'll be able to eventually gun it down. And not really gun it down per se, but more like you will be able to defeat it eventually. And damn, that thing was worth like 2,000 points alone. Thankfully, once it is defeated, it's a lot more smooth sailing from this point forward. Just like with all the other Bomberman levels, I highly recommend taking this slow and steady. Especially when you're dealing with that monstrous enemy like at the very start of the level. It is also kind of annoying how trying to go backwards doesn't always work out, as there is a bit of a delay before you can even initiate going backwards. Bomberman first has to kick his, or not really kick, but more like wave his hands around to start swimming backwards. And then and only then are you able to actually go backwards. It's done. I guess it kind of is like in real life too, in a sense. But still, it is an annoyance, if anything. I also hate the fact that I can't destroy these damn things even at point-blank range. There we go. Okay. Thankfully, though, this level by itself is relatively short. Wait, 9,000? What? What the hell did I miss? I missed something here. Oh, I think I know what I needed to do here. First off, we need to... This is really weird. But actually what you're supposed to do here is let yourself get eaten by this creature. And once you're inside this creature, then the real level begins. So that's where the remaining point value comes from. And by the way, in order to escape this hellish place, you do have to swim all the way through this creature's body functions. Also, for whatever reason, the throat hurts you. I don't get it. It's dumb. I seriously don't understand. Why is it that the throat acts like a dangerous object? Again, I didn't think that I needed to get that many points. Thankfully, though... Right, what I was trying to say was, thankfully, though, if you do end up getting eaten by this thing, it's not the end of the world. Because, believe it or not, upon exiting this creature, you'll be thrown, like, at the very end of the stage. So, you can just leave. You can just leave if you really wish to do so. However, if you want the most points, you do have to not only go through the creature, but you also need to... You also need to destroy all the objects and backtrack to the very beginning of the level. And also try not to get killed while doing so. Which, let me tell you something, folks. It is pretty easy to end up getting yourself killed. And also, this creature is not playing around. How am I not dead? I seriously do not understand the homing mechanics of these damn torpedoes. Damn it! Of course I got myself killed. And dashboard crapped out again. Great. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with Twitch today? I definitely need a drink after that. Why is my throat feeling like it's on fire? It's not like I've been talking for all that long either. It's only been about 2 hours. Okay. Come here. Now that I think about this in a biological standpoint, I think these things that are inside of this creature that are trying to bounce around and attack you, these things are like white blood cells. Then again, maybe they're supposed to represent something else. God damn it! I hate it when I accidentally blow myself up without even trying to, while also trying to destroy all the enemies that are around here. Oh my god, I can't believe that missed. How can I not get hit by these things? Or by my own bombs? I don't understand. I feel as though firepower is nice, but I feel as it's more of a hindrance in this game. If anything, because the blast radius will get you killed so damn often. Aha! I knew this thing was still around. Screw this. The reason why I'm restarting the stage is not because I had a bad run or anything, but because the enemy got stuck, plus I was on death's doorstep, and it was just going to be a pain in the ass to try to pursue it, so I figured, might as well just not worry about it. We'll just try again. can't believe that missed. Of course, I hurt myself. It's also pretty annoying, too, how sometimes these... whatever the hell these things are they really white blood cells? Regardless of what they are very annoying. They also have a pretty erratic pattern, if they even have one at all. Plus, they're kind of relentless with how they try to chase you down. Another very annoying thing, too, is that they have a huge-ass tendency to get stuck in the walls. Seriously, I do not understand. Go down, damn it! Wow, how hard is it just to aim down or up? Again, aiming with the Bomberman really is a bit of a pain in the ass. Also, trying to backtrack throughout the entire stage is also a pain. Especially when you're backtracking, also camera froze. Damn it! Seriously, I don't understand these freaking drivers at all. Why is it that the camera freezes so damn often is beyond me. It's like once per session. Every damn time. Honestly, I shouldn't even bother using the freaking cam link anymore. Apparently, mine is broken. Well, it's not broken. It's just having some weird issues with OBS. Just like all my other Elgato devices. God forbid I actually have a device that works. Am I right? Okay. Just need to get 1,000 more points and we are set. Again, I think what I'm going to end up doing here is because I'm having such difficulties with the cam link, especially as of late, I think what I may end up doing here is I may just say screw it and try to get my hands on a Logitech Brio or something if I possibly can. But getting my hands on a webcam, especially nowadays with the current pandemic, it's really damn difficult. Especially trying to find one at a decent price. And one that isn't inflated to crap, if you know what I mean. Cool. Alright, we're done here. I could continue playing through the stage and try to maximize my score, which may not be a bad idea, but I'm currently getting goddamn murdered. So it's a better idea just to book it. I believe the max score you can get is, I believe, either 9,300 or 9,400. Regardless, at least the deed is done. Finally. Ugh, that took a while. Now for Nitros Round 3. Not bad, Bomberman. You've made it this far. To rescue the princess, you have to defeat me. You sure about that? we'll fight at Adok. As per usual. This time I'll rescue the princess for sure. And the princess is staring at you like, I hope you're right about that. So, this fight basically goes back to the older system of the different attacks. However, he has this barrier around him which makes him completely invincible. However, you can disable this barrier by destroying all 3 of the silos that are surrounding the shield user. And of course I got killed. Damn it. And he also feels the need to teabag my face. So first and foremost, whenever you're dealing with the shield variant of Nitrous, simply put, destroy the shield barrier first and foremost. Oh my god, quit jumping around, you ass! This isn't Modern Warfare 2019 or Black Ops 4. Screw this. I'll just damage boost to victory if I can. Okay, yeah, that's clearly not working out. Screw it. I honestly don't even. I swear to God, sometimes these bombs just phase right through the target if they're not perfectly on screen. One more thing worth noting when fighting Nitrous as well is that once again he does have his regular red bombs, but they have more firepower this time. And one more thing worth mentioning is that when Nitrous is activating his attack panels, he will be invincible temporarily as he's starting the attack, but your blast radius should be lasting just long enough for when he finishes. You should be able to damage him right away. That's probably short. By 30 points. I bet ya. Oh, even worse. Ow. 6,500. That's a bit insane. I'm coming, Princess Million! What the fuck? Princess! Wow. Enthusiasm, where you at? Well, it definitely ain't here. Let's go again. Okay. Oh, come on! Why can't I destroy the damn shield generators right away? Like, really? Oh, that worked. Just made it. Nice. Again, I'm kind of surprised that even worked out. But hey, at least the deed is finally done, and Area 2 is now perfected. Now on to Area 3. Okay, here we go. First stop, Madcoaster. Good lord, this level. This level is probably one of the more infamous levels in the game, just because of the fact that this level is incredibly well open-ended. And there's also a ton of waiting around and riding elevators. And if you fall, you will have to take a teleporter in order to get back to where you were. And sometimes you even have to ride these, you have to ride these elevators in order to get all the collectibles throughout the entire stage. So, that's fun. So much fun. Just waiting around, waiting for the damn elevator to just go. It's also pretty damn annoying how it loves to trip you out. And by that I meant, as soon as you jump off, it will immediately start moving again. So this stage, despite there being a ton of waiting around, is one of the more open-ended stages in the game. And I'm pretty sure this one... Good lord. Get up. Okay. So, another thing worth noting is that this stage does feature a brand new power-up, which is probably the most underutilized power-up in the entire game. In fact, I think this is the only stage where it's featured in. There could be another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but regardless, this is one of the few stages of which this power-up is even featured in. And to be honest, I'm glad that it's not even featured in many stages, just because of the fact that this thing really is one of the worst power-ups in the entire game. It honestly is. So what is this power-up I'm talking about exactly? Well, upon grabbing it, what will happen is the throw power of yours... Okay, I'm not even phrasing this right. Dang it. What I'm trying to say is that... You know how you would normally throw a bomb right, and it goes a certain amount of distance? Well, grabbing that power-up will amplify that effect by at least 100. You're basically throwing the thing down a freaking football field. That's how freaking strong the power-up is. But it's really more of a hindrance if anything else. Just because of the fact that you can't really hit hardly anything that's directly in front of you. Seriously. It's busted. And it's not a whole lot of fun to use. On top of riding these elevators, at least the power-up does have a use mainly for this stage, because you can snipe enemies from so far away with it. But still, like I said, it's more of a hindrance than it is helpful. At least in my opinion. kind of surprised that managed to score a hit there. So, as I've mentioned before, this stage is very open-ended. Just because this is another one of those stages where you need 4 crystals in order to exit the stage. And they're so scattered throughout that it kind of boggles my mind that they're even here. Oop. Great, now I feel like I'm coming down with the hiccups. So here's the power-up. As you can see, we're really throwing this bomb like really, really damn far, but as you can see, I'm also throwing this bomb above the enemy's head. That's not good. To open the crystal door, you will need 4 key crystals. Duh. And let me tell you one other thing about this wondrous stage, and that is, if you do happen to fall down or if you miss a crystal or something, you will have to take a teleporter back to the center platform. And it's not like you take the platform and then the platforms that you were previously riding respawn back at their starting point. No, no. That would be way too convenient. No, instead, what they do to you is pretty damn annoying. You have to wait for it in order to get another shot at riding it. Thankfully, the teleporters that are scattered in the lower levels or at the lowest level of the stage, it's not really all that bad as they teleport you back to the main starting point. However, that doesn't mean that you're gonna be scot-free at all. You still have to wait around a bit before you can get another ride on the elevators. Plus, you also have to ride the elevators until you reach a certain platform to access a teleporter, which grants us access to further into the stage. And let me tell you folks, getting access to these platforms is not exactly easy. Sure, you could probably just bum rush certain parts of it, and hell, you can just jump right through the sand like it's nothing, but it is constantly pushing you. So that is something worth mentioning. There's also a second hand or glove power-up here. Again, not sure why that's here. It's a bit weird. Damn it! Whatever, no big deal. Kinda need to take the next elevator over here anyway. Once again, this is one of those stages where you kinda need to ride an elevator all the way through. One more thing worth mentioning here is that... shoot, what was I trying to say before? Oh yeah, now I remember. If you feel like you're really overstepping your boundaries, trying to throw a bomb up to where an enemy is supposedly located, one thing you can... Okay, that's the reason why that power-up is... that second power-up is there. Because apparently grabbing an additional bomb power-up will remove the bomb glove power-up. Heh. Now it all makes sense. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was going to say, but then I got distracted by the fact that I lost my damn power-up. Whatever, like I said, it's more of a blessing than a curse. Just saying. back to what I was trying to say. If all else fails, just spam bombs everywhere. Just throw them over and over again. Eventually, you will hit your target. Because believe it or not, the blast radius will chain upon one another. And it'll keep doing it until eventually it returns back to you, the user. Okay. There's definitely more to this stage than meets the eye. There we go. Okay. All done. And that's the stage. Thankfully, even though it does take a while, at least it doesn't ruin your day. Oh my god. These dashboards and this shit really drives me up a wall. I don't know why this whole error, this network error shit is constant. And now it's not even loading. Reload. Reload! Lord have mercy. Maybe the reason why it's not loading was because I have to load one page at a time. And it's freaking bullshit. And it's like once it gets caught buffering, it will never stop. On my dashboard, at least. And only on my dashboard. Same with my channel page. Once it starts, it never stops. There we go. Okay. On to the next level. Dark Maze. Thankfully, it's not shrouded in darkness. So that's a good thing. But there are a lot of deadly chasms. Several of which you may be able to see, and some may not so much. However, this stage does introduce a new bomb power-up here, which, honestly, this power-up, I don't even know if I would consider this a power-up or not. It's more like one of those weird gimmick kind of things. Is it really a power-up or is it not? Your guess is as good as mine at this point. But, as you can see, there are these slugs that are scattered throughout this whole damn stage. And no matter what we do, we cannot attack them. However, upon picking up this white bomb power-up, immediately after we'll be able to start attacking them. I think this might be considered a salt bomb, because just like in real life, if you pour salt on slugs or snails or anything of the sort, they will be dying. Just saying. Also, I'm not too sure, but I think I'm not really sure what to call this. Is it a blast radius? Not really. Okay, it does hurt you. I wasn't sure if it did or not, considering it is purely salt. Perhaps the reason why it hurts you is because you're pouring salt onto an open wound or something. But the reason why I consider this not necessarily a quote-unquote power-up is because even though you gain the ability to take out slugs, what you lose in return is the ability to really do anything else. Also, I'm pretty sure this level has 2 exits. Then again, I don't think it does. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, I think I'm crazy. So, you may see this box here. Unfortunately, we can't destroy it. Not in this current state. So, in order to be able to maximize our score throughout this stage, what we need to do here is utilize this salty bomb power-up, take out all the slugs, then pick up another bomb power-up, and then finish the stage. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yes, it does. Okay, so now we have our regular bombs again. So that's pretty nice. Alright, time to finish this up. It is kind of annoying how we have to essentially change our bomb types at least twice throughout the stage. I have a feeling that the high score here is 3,600. Then again, we'll just proceed. Okay. I was wrong. Thank God. Alright. I'm going to take a quick pee, and I'll be back in just a few moments. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the wait. Now then, let's get back to it. On to the next level, Madcoaster. Thankfully, this level isn't as bad as the first coaster level. Rather, it's more like a simple ride all the way to the end of the stage. Well, not really. It's more like a deadly ride to doom. Funny enough, this level is relatively short, all things considered. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its own fair share of problems, like being able to grab crystals or gems. Also, come on, game, really? Alright, that works. Hang on, before I proceed, I want to see if there's anything I need to worry about here besides these slugs. God damn it. Again, running towards the camera is basically all but a death sentence. Yep, of course, there is something. Damn it! Again, how was I supposed to see that slug? Exactly. You don't. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? And hopefully this time we won't get murdered. One thing I really hate about these elevator rides is that they are so damn slow. That's what made the first elevator level such balls to go through. Just saying. Well, failed again. Honestly, I did not want to ride the elevator all the way back to the start just to pick up one goddamn gem. Honestly, it's faster just to restart the whole damn stage and then try to grab the gem again. One other thing I haven't mentioned yet about taking hits from enemies is that it is possible to take, okay. What I'm trying to say here is, it's possible to not only... Okay, no, that's the wrong terminology again! Also, bullshit! Why couldn't I grab the damn elevator? Seriously, what the fuck? This game, I swear to God. I think what I was trying to say was, it is possible if you get hit to receive knockback damage. And depending if you're close to the edge or not, more than likely you're going to fall all the way down the pit. And it's not going to be fun. The only time when this doesn't occur is if you're in the air. Okay, seriously, fuck this level. The problem with those gems there is that we have to constantly dodge cannon fire. And more likely than not, while you're trying to dodge the cannon, you'll end up missing the damn gem. And of course, because of the fact that these elevators are excruciatingly slow as crap, you have to wait for the cannons to fire, throw your bomb to retaliate, pray to God that you manage to get the gem without getting shot, and then make it through the rest of the stage without falling to your untimely doom because bullshit. Okay. Okay. I know it may not have been the best idea to pick up the salt bomb now, but the reason why I did it was so I can take care of these damn slugs as... Speaking of which... reset, because I didn't see that bomb power up on the right hand side. Ugh. Plus... Oh my god. I thought for sure I was done for. I think what I was trying to say was the reason why I grabbed the salt bomb power-up was because I wanted to take care of the slugs before proceeding forward any further. Also, is it me or is it that this texture for the switch that activates the elevator, does it sometimes glitch out, or is it just me? Can't just be me, right? Oh, come on, really? By the way, I'm pretty sure if an enemy is way too far off screen, then you won't be able to damage it at all. And again, maybe I'm crazy. It could very well be possible that I'm crazy. I really wish you could switch between the salt bomb power-up and the regular bombs on the fly once you acquire the power-up, but no. Instead, you have to grab the power-up and then grab another bomb power-up to downgrade yourself. That is so freaking dumb. I will never understand it. Thankfully, I believe there aren't any more slugs that I know of around here. And it's all just a simple matter of riding the elevator and just blowing up everything else around here. Oh, well, I screwed up. Whee! Looks like I'm gonna be waiting at least 20 minutes for nothing. Wow. By the way, I'm pretty sure it was 100% necessary to destroy that box, as I believe that does contain points. Well, I guess I'm going to be sitting here for like 200 million years just because I forgot to destroy something. Looking at my, the dashboard's playback here. And yeah, destroying that box was definitely necessary. It may not seem like it, but trust me, it was 110% necessary. What am I doing? I pushed C down thinking that it would bring the camera over towards where Bomberman's face is. Ugh, good lord, that was like 5 minutes! Okay, maybe not that extreme as far as time is concerned, but still, that took an excruciating long-ass time just to wait for the damn elevator. Well, that worked. Not to the result I was expecting, but it worked. Done. Phew! One of the worst levels in the game for sure. Mainly due to all the waiting around. Okay. On to Move Stone. Well, this is definitely an interesting level. Funny enough, this is probably one of the more complicated levels to complete. Mainly, it's because this entire stage has one very unique gimmick which I don't think is repeated again. Push all 4 stones into the holes to make the lighted path appear. The lighted path, of course, is the level's exit. And also, some of these things, which you need to push the blocks into, they kind of act like booby traps. Not really booby traps in the sense of it being an actual trap, more like it will outright reject the block. Why? Don't ask me. I honestly do not have a clue. But thankfully though, the stage layout is really damn small, so you don't need to worry too much about having to navigate a large, endless maze. And thankfully, pushing the blocks around is really straightforward. You just simply push. Just run towards the block and you're able to push it, no problem. Bada bing, bada boom. It's literally that damn simple. It's so easy, even a caveman can do it. Just one thing worth mentioning, though, is that there are some things that are floating around in the air, and before you push these blocks into their corresponding panel icon things within the wall, be sure to use the blocks to grab said items. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out. And trust me, that's a bad time. Okay. I think 3 out of the 4 blocks that you're able to push around, you're able to push them into the first panel you see, and you're able to continue. This one, however, is different because... Okay, never mind. As I was trying to say, if you push it into the wrong panel, which I believe is this one right here, it will spit the panel, or spit the block right back out. It won't hurt you, but it just wastes your time. That's it. And there we go. Stage is complete. Camera froze again. I'm gonna flip my freaking shit. I'm annoyed. Psst. Alright. Well, apologies if I look like a ghost. I didn't think I would have to deal with this garbage-ass, bullshit with the camera freezing over and over again. It really is annoying. Let's just say that right now. Alright, on to the last stage of Planet 3. Bomberman. Good lord, this is probably one of the most infamous bosses in the entire game. Let's go. Bomberman, you're here! What? Bomberman? Here? Do you want to suffer that robot's fate? Oh dear. Poor thing's been turned to stone. Peabod has been turned to stone by Bulben's magic. Come and get me. I'm waiting. Even though you're walking in place. Kind of hilarious. I think he was doing that to activate the teleportation system. Which makes sense. And off he goes. Onward to the sunset. Now comes this fight. Oh lord, this is gonna be fun. So as you can see, this guy's weakness is his face. However, he is not making things easy. After the first few hits, you will have to start looping around him because he produces this weird forward shield, which for whatever reason hurts you upon contact. But regardless though, after a while you will have to swing around him and hit him in his tail. And then the process repeats, I'm pretty sure. Then again, I think at this point he's just going to try to rain blocks from the ceiling, and thankfully his shield is gone. But he will also try to turn you to stone, and if he manages to do that, then I believe you have to rotate the analog stick so many times before he ends up getting a hit on you. In which case, well, that was easy. Neat. Too bad I failed to get the high score on it. Damn it! Thank you, Bomberman. I'm back to normal. You're welcome. Nitros took Princess Million to Mazone Star. Let's hurry! That seems to be his catchphrase. Ain't that hilarious? Of course, we're not done with this planet yet, as we still have the boss fight to completely perfect, which is gonna be kind of a pain.
Good job.
But first, bonus stage. This is a fun bonus stage, considering that we have a lot of these launch panels that we haven't even seen until, like, since the first world of the game. Technically, the first level. Just saying. Okay. I thought I was gonna slip and fall right on off. Thankfully, you don't lose a life or anything upon slipping and falling. What will happen is you'll just simply leave the bonus stage. Never to return again. Just saying. Kinda sucks. All done. Another perfect score. Alright, let's head back in and try this fight again. What was the high score again? I think 7,500? And again, I think it was 6,500. One other thing worth noting is that this boss, despite its huge size, does have quite a large amount of mobility tied to it. One thing I will definitely say is that I feel as though it's really damn easy to just overthrow your bomb. Did I get it? No. The score is 7,000. Damn it! So close, yet so far.
Good job.
Alright, let's try again. Okay, fire up the shield. They really don't give you a whole lot of time to be able to fully finish this fight off. Like, really, they just don't. Really? That didn't count? Might as well fall to my doom because I'm already dead anyway. Also, how the hell did that not hit him? Maybe the idea for this fight is not to jump, but rather to just stay on the ground as much as possible. How the hell did that miss? Funny enough, that stone breath attack is really easy to avoid. Just stay the right amount of distance away and you're good to go. Okay, finally. That took a little too long, but hey, at least the deed is finally done. Looking at the amount of time I've been streaming so far, I think we got time for about another level or two. So, let's go ahead and start the Magma Zone. And believe it or not, this is one of those worlds where a lot of people, myself included, got stuck in. Mainly in this level right here, Hopperland. Let's go. Mazone Star has many high places. Louis lives here. He's a lot of help. And how do you know that, sir? Beep, beep. Hey, it's Louis. Let's ride him. Aw, how cute. Good lord. So, if anyone is familiar with Super Bomberman 3, whether they lived in the UK or if they played the game on emulator, for many of us who live here in the States, this was the first time we even knew about Louis, this kangaroo rabbit thing. Louis can kick the wall and jump high. So throughout these stages, you're not allowed to lay bombs, which does make sense. But Louis does make up for that fact by being able to jump on enemies, like as if it's Super Mario or something. Kind of funny. Hell, you can even jump on the tongues of enemies and it will just explode, like it's a Michael Bay film or something. Come on, man. Although, it is kind of annoying how Louie here has the same sort of jumping problem as Bomberman does. Though I feel as though the problem is not as bad versus Bomberman himself. Also, come on, let me grab this damn gem. For one thing, you can still have full control of being able to jump in the air just by moving as if you weren't, as if you were running around at full sprint. Just saying. So the reason why a lot of people got stuck on this level is mainly due to the fact that at some point, we will have to utilize one of the more unique mechanics of the game, and that is being able to wall kick off of walls. Or wall jump. What can I say? Wall jumps work. Although for Bomberman Hero, it really doesn't. At least for most people. Myself? No, not really. I mean, it does. Once you get used to it, once you know how to go about completing the stage. Or know about how to wall jump properly. Wall jumping is kind of interesting. Basically what you have to do here is run against a wall and then push the A button to jump off of the wall while you're rubbing up against it. Although you can't just push the A button right away to just jump off the wall like Mario can. No, sadly that's not how it works. Kinda wish it did work that way. Okay. And this is where I'm talking about. Around here is where you'll encounter this barricade of being able to wall jump off of a wall here. For whatever reason, sometimes you may be able to hop off of it and other times not so much. So you basically have to use this wall here in order to wall jump. Wait, can you? Oh, I get it now. Basically, in order to wall jump properly, you need to not only hit the A button, but you also need to move the analog stick in the opposite direction as soon as you hit the jump button in order to properly wall jump. Otherwise, you'll just fall like a rock. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And like I said, there are a few spots where you do need to wall jump in order to progress. Okay, thank God. That jump, I swear, is one of the funkiest jumps you'll ever encounter. Same with wall jumping with Louie in the entire game. But, there we go. Stage is done. Too bad Louie doesn't make much of an appearance in too many levels. It is kind of unfortunate, but hey. It is what it is. And looking at the time here, I think I got time for one more level. Let's go. Jungle Falls. Kind of funny how we have the same music as if we were riding Louie, but we're not riding him. Instead, we're on foot, which to many people may be considered a blessing. Because, let me tell you something, controlling Louie is a bit of a pain in the ass. But We have these things. I don't even know what the hell they are, but they have killer mohawks. Okay, seriously? Alright, let me try this. Okay, that didn't quite work out. Really? Can I seriously not hit this thing while it's rubbing up against the damn wall? Oh, wow, that was so damn awkward. Of course, I could have taken the fight to him if I wanted, but I'd rather not do that, as I found it to be a bit unnecessary. One thing's for sure, Louie would definitely come in handy here. It does kind of suck that he only appears in certain levels, and I believe he only appears in like about maybe 2 more levels within this world. And afterwards, he's never to be seen again. Also, I believe this level has 2 exits. The first exit is, I believe, right over here within this waterfall. Yeah. There's also another one, like, towards the very top of this ravine. Okay, seriously, how did I hurt myself? Okay. That wasn't too bad. I know I could just simply exit and end the level right now if I wanted, but before I do so, I definitely want to fully explore this place, first and foremost. Especially considering there's this phase-through wall power-up, which I really wish it lived up to its namesake and did just that, but no. Like I said many times over, it only works on transparent walls. And you may be wondering, what is the use of this thing exactly? At least for this stage. Well, as you've seen, there is an ad hoc bomb around here. In fact, it's not necessarily sitting out in the open because a draw distance central would make you believe. Instead, you have to grab the phase through wall power up, and then you can grab it. There we go. Cool.
I did it!
That was actually the first of 2 exits. Taking the top path will lead us to Freeze Lake, while the other one will lead us to Cool Cave. So now that we finished the stage and managed to get the high score for it, now it's time to finish this level proper and bring this stream to a close. If I don't slip and fall first like an idiot. Alright. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? Oh, come on. How the hell did that even hit me? Whatever. No big deal. Alrighty, folks. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end today's stream here because we are over the 3-hour mark now, and I gotta say, we made some really damn good progress, even though we did get stuck in a few places at first. At the very least, we were able to to progress. And we also managed to get quite a lot done. We got 2 worlds completed and started on Planet 4. So, with that, folks, I bid you all adieu. This is General Snivy with the Bomberman Hero playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're probably going to be reaching the end of the game, I'm pretty damn sure, if we're able to keep up this pace. Well, regardless of what happens, we'll figure out what it is we need to do in due time. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all later.